used to do it for 100% of the time until he stopped. But look what we have. Magnus against Hikaru.
It happened.
Those two guys again. Magnus lost in round 2. Hikaru lost in round 4, but somehow they rise to the top and face each other. Magnus starting with B3. Let's see how this unfolds. It's exciting, that's for sure.
I'm going to open up Magnus's mic to hear what he has to say about the opening when he starts talking here.
Let's see what he does.
That's how Magnus plays chess. Let's see.
Magnus, by the way, is sitting about 13 meters behind us in...
I was going to go for the knight c3 stuff again. And then I just go knight d2 like an absolute moron.
Wow.
Do you agree with him?
Maybe I can get in quick this e4 now.
I play this move too, so I can't fault it.
Is unprotected.
Magnus, he put his knight on a different square in an earlier game, won really nicely.
There is no doubt about that.
Can you explain what he is so frustrated about?
Yeah, so essentially he's arguing that the white knight is passive on this square. He could have put it on a slightly more active square, more flexible square as well, but he just kind of moved without thinking, and he regrets it now. And the fact that he won a very, very nice game, nice checkmate earlier today against Jeffrey Song with putting his knight out means that he had good memories there. He associates that with victory. I think psychologically, putting his knight on a slightly passive square doesn't change much, but it just puts him in a slight funk. Magnus is a perfectionist. He wants to kind of replicate that winning recipe, but not this game. Not this game. It's going to be different.
Great. I'm still a bit shook from basically mouse. The only reason why I'm going for this is that his bishop is a bit misplaced over here sometimes. So like knight d5 and castles, and I'm hoping that this one is out of play. Realistically, it's just pretty equal.
Yeah,
he's right though.
He knows that this position should be level according to the computer.
I'm gonna claim the easier to play card, which is what people do when they're writing opening books and so on. If there's no like objective advantage and you're probably a little bit worse, you just write easier to play.
Is that have you written a lot of chess opening theories like that?
I've read a lot. I haven't dared write them myself because I can't get away with it. Like, something deep inside me says you have to be truthful about the position. Magnus is right though. All the books I grew up with, they say a lot of convincing stuff. They make every opening feel like they're forced wins. And of course, ultimately, if both sides play perfectly, it's just a level position. And Magnus was right. Easier to play because look at the evaluation bar. He's better suddenly. And that's because his queen, at some point in the near future, can come out, threaten checkmate. White's bishops are so much better than their counterparts on the two long diagonals. No big threats yet, but those will build. When the position opens up, those bishops are going to come to life, and Magnus is doing well on board and clock.
Knight a5 and then, or knight e5 and then c5 and c4, and it should always be good for me.
Wow. I wonder what Hikaru is thinking.
He's not going for some sort of b5, c5, then it's really hard for him to find active moves, I think.
This is the one Magnus is predicting.
I don't like it. c5, c4. Bishop f6 is possible now, but I go c4 regardless. And then what does he do? Knight b6. Even CB.
It's really such insight when we get to hear the thought process of Magnus here.
Yeah, and he's calculating, like, he's just saying 2 or 3 moves, but he's looking deeper than that. We joked about it earlier, how deep do chess players look into the future. Magnus is looking maybe 3-4 moves in advance, but in several different directions there, and he's stopping when he knows it's a position he can handle. There's no point looking 20 moves deep because, okay, the opponent has too many options. You look 2-3 moves, and then you stop, you say, okay, I've got a beautiful knight. I've got rooks on the open lines. I've got a nice 3 versus 2 majority on one side. That's enough. And yeah, Magnus here with a big advantage now.
Got a nice little trick here. Rook d8, I got bishop to b7.
Oh,
He said it. Bishop b7. Magnus wants to deflect the queen away from the back rank. If a check lands, that's going to be checkmate, and Magnus plays the trick. It doesn't quite work.
Bishop c2? No.
Ooh. Queen takes bishop would have been a checkmate there. This pawn is weak, though.
Would be strong here. No, bishop c6, and he doesn't have any good squares. So that looks very strong.
He just wants a pawn here, Magnus Carlsen. That would ultimately end the game. If he could take the pawn, swap off the queens, then White's a pawn will just walk forward towards promotion.
So, this is not necessarily going to be easy.
But it's going to be fun.
Yes.
I mean, it's been an exciting game so far.
Exactly. It's going to be fun. Probably more fun for one of the two players, I would say. Hikaru, of course, he will fight. He's one of the best defenders in history. Hikaru Nakamura is so good at wiggling his way out of trouble, but a pawn is a pawn against Magnus, and that should be a very strong plan. Take the pawn, trade the queens, and hope that White's pawn will decide the game. It's like a three-step plan here.
But it's so funny because you have so many of these players who take an early loss. Like we had Eric Geis who take an early loss, we never saw him again. Like, it's so often when Magnus or Hikaru takes an early loss, you see them there fighting for the win at the end, regardless.
Exactly, and there we see the queens are off the board. Magnus is so close now to getting the job done. This is an outside pass pawn. It's so hard to stop this one from running. As long as Magnus keeps everything else protected, he can even give away pawns on the other side of the board. That is why Hikaru has wisely stopped the advance of that pawn for now. But it's very much short term. Magnus can actually create a different pass pawn if he wants to. It's 3 versus 1. First, he opens up a path for his king to centralize. He gives his knight extra protection. He's doing this really, really slow and steady style, Magnus Carlsen. But it's effective. 2 minutes versus 1. He's winning.
I like how it's been renamed. It's no longer El Clasico, El Chessico. It's now Clash of the Dads.
Exactly. In a few years, it'll be Clash of the Sons. Magnus
Probably true, isn't it?
Hikaru's son. And yeah, this is fascinating. There's lots of jokes that both their babies are already stronger than most of the viewers out there. But yeah, this one is a winning advantage now for Magnus. He takes a pawn. Once the knights do disappear, or maybe they don't even need to disappear yet, that is a clear run through. It's going to be touchdown. It's going to be a new queen, unless one of the black pieces gives itself up. And there we see Magnus Carlsen takes a win, leapfrogs Hikaru Nakamura.
So far, he's the only player with 8.5 points right now. We have Sam Sevian and Hikaru Nakamura at 8, but there's still a whole lot of games being played. One of them is